This is going to be the 11th time he's defeating Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu. And if he actually goes for the second run, which we will, it's going to be the 12th time because he will win. There's no doubt about it. There's an acceptance in the country that he will actually win. But the whole system has changed now. This is the first time we're actually going through a proper election with a new system. This is the first time Turkey is going to election with the two runoffs, if you like. So it's going to be a new experience for everyone. We have second election in 2 weeks' time, and we don't even know how the campaign is going to run again. So we're all kind of, as Melda said, expecting this new experience as a country. This time around, it was really difficult. Think about it. The whole Western media, entire world was watching it. Media had a massive amount of negative publicity against him, and he was still successful. He had 6 different political parties joining together with their entire base. He still won the election. He has a majority in the parliament, and he has a more vote than all those 6 parties put together. And the HDP tacit but full support, which is going to make the 7th party against one man, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who is a political maestro, almost the genius of Turkish politics. And you and I have been on this program several times. He has gone through 15 elections, referendum, local elections, and etc. And all of them, you and I have spoken, and I've said the same words, but I'm going to say again on this one, which is not a surprise to me, but a surprise to everybody else, because people think that they're going to somehow defeat Erdogan by coming out with false allegations, accusations of being autocrat and dictator and everything. Yet, we had one of the most participated election in the world. 93.6% of population took part in this election. Free election, no problems, no arguments, no clashes. Some people claim there's going to be bloodbath in the streets of Turkey because of this. What happened? Democracy, election, everything happened as it meant to happen because of it.
Well, firstly, yeah, I mean, the description of Recep Tayyip Erdogan as a political maestro, I don't know if that holds a lot of water. I mean, I think elections generally become easier when you have 90% control of the national media, the mainstream national media, and you're freely able to imprison dissidents and opposition politicians. There are many members of the HDP, a pro-Kurdish political party in Turkey, who are in prison right now. There are many journalists in prison in Turkey. Turkey is one of the biggest prisoners of journalists in the world. And so, you know, being a political maestro when you have that kind of power in a country like Turkey is probably a bit of a stretch, I'd say.
All right.
But on your second question, I do think the opposition has 2 weeks to recover and gather itself together, because as Melda in Istanbul said, your guest in Istanbul said, there's a 5% difference in the vote right now. Erdogan won by a 5% margin, but we have a third candidate who will ultimately decide where he directs his base in the runoff that we're going to see on May 28th. So I think elections have a funny way of embarrassing people that make grand assumptions before. I'd say the first round probably embarrassed a few pollsters, and the second round might embarrass Hakan, your guest in Istanbul.